Let's go.
This is another Hamish and Andy podcast.
3, 2, 1.
Well, I've been posting selfies all day, but now I'm going to post about...
Bad deals.
I've been at the backpackers hostel all day, doing nothing, but I haven't had a chance to think about
50 cents for a gold nugget. Bad deals.
Well, everyone's agreed to drop everything because it's 3 o'clock. And Hamish and Andy have declared today's topic is...
A cat for a house? Bad deals.
This is Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you. Depends what side of the deal you're on.
It does, doesn't it, Ando? And what if it's the rarest cat in the world? What if it's a saber-toothed tiger?
Yeah.
You'd take that deal.
You'd take that
I'd sell
deal.
my house for a saber-tooth.
I think your wife might have...
13 10 60. First person to call in with a real saber-toothed tiger, you got that house.
What if it was stuffed?
No, it has to be genetically alive? Real, come with papers,
Okay,
and
sure.
an enclosure,
So not just...
and food.
not just...
No, you're not getting me there,
Just-
because I can't afford steaks every night for that big cat.
not just a cat with some Dracula fangs put in.
Yeah, no, I will be checking it. I'll have Dr. Chris Brown check over it, because
He's the only
I do
doctor
see that as a loophole.
people know of. If you're going to reference
If
a
you just
doctor.
have 2 toothbrushes taped to the front of a cat's head, I will check to see if it's a saber-toothed tiger.
Hey, today it is about bad deals. Not only are we going to rid this show of a curse, by the end of the week, a bad deal for us that was, and the whole of everyone listening, the fact that we got this show cursed. We're going to tackle that a little later on. But first up, we want to hear about your good or bad deals.
Let's face it, life is increasingly about
Wheeling and dealing.
wheeling and dealing, man, making a deal, working an angle.
Yeah.
That's all I do every damn day.
Now, a bad deal doesn't mean a rip-off. Sometimes it can just be not a good enough deal. Hence a bad deal.
Like when I was forced to give you my old treadmill. Because you were...
You weren't forced. You said, asked whether I wanted it, and I said, sure. and then I put it on
sold
eBay.
it to you.
I didn't know.
I wanted to sell it to you, and you said you should get it for free because you're a fan, and then you just sold it on me. So that was a very bad deal for old H bloke.
But it was a good lesson learned for him. I think the knowledge you gained.
I already knew about the knowledge of watch out for scoundrels.
We're asking, what's your deal that you've heard of? Might be your own deal. And we'll decide whether we're going to take it or not. There was a great sign outside of one of the supermarkets that said, "Why pay $10 for a chicken?" Big chicken sign. And then the price was $9.88. I thought...
That's true. You wouldn't want to be one of those people that are
Pay
doing the
12.
finances at the end of the week and tallying up how many chickens and dollars you have left, and you find out you got 12 cents. You've been taken for 12 cents.
Angus, tell us the deal you may have seen.
Yeah, so my dad, he's obsessed with this one deodorant, Brute Endurance. He absolutely loves it. But he refuses to purchase it at full price. He'll only purchase it at 50% off.
Right.
Gee, that's
He won't
a
accept
huge-
anything less.
that's
He
a
won't
huge
accept anything
discount.
less.
Is it because
And when he does,
is it because he saw it once at that price and now feels like he could never go back on it?
yeah, it's exactly it. So when he sees it at 50% off at the supermarket, he buys about 35 cans it doesn't necessarily sound like a lot, but it's a lot for one person.
Oh, it's a lot. That's like, you'd think about 5 years' supply.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you'd only be using 7 cans of deodorant max per year.
Yeah,
wouldn't
I'd
you?
be around 5, I think. Yeah.
Like at Brute headquarters, the alarm would go off to like start making more cans because your dad's at the supermarket.
Yeah.
So,
he's
Angus-
quite frustrated with Woolies now, though, because he's down to 2 cans and they're only offering 30% off at the moment.
Only offering. Well, he needs to send in his legal team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's the only guy that approaches the checkout with a negotiator.
Well, on behalf of your dad, that's a deal we would take.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
Get in there and take the 30%. Well done, Angus. Josh, talk us through it, mate. Josh, what is the...
what's the deal? Should we take it?
Yeah, so I walked into a local convenience store and there's a sign that says donuts now $1, which I thought was pretty sweet. And I looked down the bottom of the cabinet where it says 4 donuts for $5, which didn't quite make sense to me.
So did you go for the 4 for 5?
So do you get penalised? I mean, could you buy them individually for $1 each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or do they go, no, sorry, you've hit the limit of 4. We now charge you an extra $1 for our labour.
I'm not sure, but I questioned the guy, and he said, "Oh, it's just an old sign."
It's an old, yeah, okay, it probably is normally the thing.
It's just a difficult one to get around. All right. I always love the ones where you go like to a cafe or something or to a takeaway joint and they have like, hot dog and a drink, $6, and then it's been written over in pen where they've just got too excited making the sign. Then it's like, sorry, $7. 6 was silly. We were losing money on that. It always blatantly tells you exactly where their profit margin is.
And also, it costs them way too much to do another sign.
We're not doing a sign.
Okay.
We've already given you guys too good a ride with the $6 deal for however many weeks we had it up.
Tom, wrap this up for us. What's a deal you may have seen?
G'day, guys. Well, my maths teacher in grade 12, he would rent out a programmable calculator to students who had forgotten theirs for a gold coin donation.
Oh, in the class?
What, and to a charity or something?
Yeah, the charity was a jar on his desk.
Well, not specified.
Right. And look, can I just say, as someone that's selling Tim O'Maddock's autograph for money, it's okay to run side businesses. There's no law against it. We're an enterprising country.
Can I say he shouldn't use the term donation?
Yeah.
He's charging a fee. He's keeping that change. Tom, I would take that deal. If you were down a graphics calculator at
If you
school,
need it, do you need it to do your work?
Yes, you do need it.
You do, because from what I remember, like the days of, even when we were at school, we had graphics calculators. The days of hand-drawing graphs went out with the pyramids.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's hand-drawing a graph these days.
Also, Tom Bayford got Tetris on it.
Oh, of course.
And
Fall Down was a big game for us.
Fall Down, so...
What's the biggest game at the moment on the calculators?
Either Math Wizard or Mario.
Well, I think I'd pick Mario over Maths Wizard. Maths Wizard sounds a bit like a trick. Why don't you just do normal maths?
I think it was Math Wizard.
Oh, Math Wizard.
Still boring.
No, good. Don't take that deal. Don't take that deal. That's a rip-off.
Hey, the famous words from you were, "I'll sort this by tomorrow."
Yep.
With regards to a problem I presented for you.
Just a little legal situation.
And for us, because I've been implemented, you tried to trademark, we should point out, you do sell Tim O'Maddock autographs done by you.
Still available at the website, $6.99. Buy 100, get 100 free.
Yeah, no one's taken that deal yet, I don't think.
Jez, just quick
No.
web geezer. It's just as she's shaking his head there. That's in the universal
Tim O'Maddock,
symbol of no.
dancer, singer, sometimes judger of other dancers and singers.
2.5 threat.
Yes. And you learnt that you could do his signature perfectly.
Yep.
And hence started selling them as autographs.
That's been my business. I've been selling Tim O'Maddock's autograph. It's been going very, very well. I thank everyone that has purchased. I encourage those that haven't to purchase. We've got a lot of happy customers. If you have recently paid over the last couple of weeks, yes, we've been on holidays. Bit of a backlog.
Small backlog.
And what am I doing literally right now?
You are writing out some more.
I'm going through an order of 100.
And I wonder, not the 100 get one free?
No,
just
so
a cumulative
100 individual orders.
Yes. I should point out, Ham, that I said to you yesterday, you went ahead to the Australian government, their intellectual property section, and asked whether you could trademark not only the signature itself, but the name Tim O'Maddock, because you saw that Tim O'Maddock himself hadn't done that.
From the outset of this business idea, I've been getting a lot of flack from you, if I may name names, yelling at me about how this isn't quote-unquote legal, how it's not quote-unquote ethical. Yeah. I've tried to be professional to you. I've tried to inform you that this is just what I do. This is my gift. This is my job.
Yep.
If Tim O'Maddock has a problem, get out of my business, Tim. This has got nothing to do with you. It's just a slight coincidence that I'm doing your autograph. You know, you can do your autograph. I can do your autograph. Whatever. There's a lot of pie to go around. Keep your snout out of my pie. You keep raising up the issue that, he might have legal grounds to dispute. So,
the people from the Australian government agree now.
I was getting tired of your legal badgering, so I decided to trademark it.
They have come back, the people within trademark, intellectual property area, and they've said...
Not conclusively, they just had raised a couple of
They said that
queries.
you would need his permission to continue doing this and to
That
get
was
a
their
trademark.
opinion.
Yeah,
My opinion is I don't.
No, but they're the guys that offer up the trademarks. So without their opinion being the same as yours, you won't get what you want.
Again, I'll play your game, Andy, but only because I can't be bothered dealing with this constant niggling. Whereas you could be put at a lot more better use if you were just working on the envelopes or sending out the autographs. Actually doing something for the business rather than being devil's advocate all the time.
Well, it's important because we could get.
So what I did after yesterday's show where you had some of the mail from the government saying, well, you need this guy's permission.
Yep.
I did say to you, yes, I'll sort it.
Yep.
Now, I know we need his written permission, but he's in another state. Okay. So I only had the chance to call him on the telephone.
Oh, I'd prefer that, because if you just wrote it up and then signed it with his name, I wouldn't believe that.
This is
so
how...
you spoke to Tim-O-Matic.
I caught up with him, and I think this will put all your worries to bed.
Great.
Hello?
Hello, Tim-O-Matic. It's Hamish Blake here.
Hey, what's going on?
Not a lot, man. Just operating my business selling Tim-O-Matic autographs as usual, a business you have no official concerns over. Is that correct?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm just clarifying that you're 100% okay with this process and also my current application to trademark your name.
Yes.
And your signature?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm also going to need a verbal agreement from you to cease doing your autograph because from my end, that's bad for business, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I feel like we've come to an agreement, Tim-O-Matic. Do you also legally feel this way?
Yes.
Super duper. So I'm just going to need your signature in the box that says you approve of these business activities and of my trademarking your name and intellectual property. But I'm happy to sign it as you.
I'd probably rather sign it myself, man.
With all due respect, Mr. O-Matic, I'd rather sign it as you. It would make me feel more comfortable. Do you consent to this condition?
Yes.
Great. That's it from me. You have a good day, okay?
Yes.
Yes, I will too. And the paperwork shall be placed in the mail tonight.
It's the happy hour, Hamish and Andy.
New special price, $7.50.
You sure that wasn't taken from the time we talked to him on the phone and you've just recut that?
You've just cost the customers another 50 cents. New special price, $8. New legal tax included in price.
Hey, nice to be back on the radio after a little trip away.
Had a ball.
I ended up in Vegas for a friend's Bucks party.
Sure you did.
You know James.
Ah, yes, I do.
Yes. James is a good friend of ours from university. Give people a backstory for James. He speaks with a whistle, kind of like this.
He speaks like a 70-year-old man.
Has done ever since he was 19.
Yeah. He belongs at an RSL,
yes.
Except he's trapped in the body of someone in their early 30s.
But it means every time you chat to him, you feel like you've got someone wise around, even though he's probably not the wisest when it comes to going on these kind of vacations. It was his Bucks party.
Unbelievable.
We did go to Vegas, but I've issued you with a bell over there, Ham, because a few things happened that were just so cliche that I'd like to recount the story, and then you can just ring the bell every time you think there's a cliche.
Gotcha.
Okay, do you want to test your bell?
Yes, I do. At any time, did you have your top off talking to a girl?
Yes.
It works.
But I was at a pool.
I don't need the details.
No.
I just needed to know that scenario happened.
So night one, we all come together. Everyone arrives in Vegas for a Bucks party, and everyone's like, "Let's take care of each other," right?
I feel like that's a phrase, a promise that was probably broken 100 times.
Yes. We get home, and key characters at this point: James, another fellow called Luke, and another fellow called Sean.
Gotcha.
Okay. James and I got home at around 7:30 in the morning, having had a small gamble and lost. We get there and we're maybe having a water in the morning, and
You get no bell for that.
okay, there was a beer had in the morning, and we went, "Where's Sean? We haven't seen him at all for a while." This is a bit confusing. Went and checked his room. He's not there. We've lost one of the people.
The plot of Hangovers 1 to 3.
Yes, exactly. So we went and spoke to Luke and said, "Hey, do you know where Sean is?" He says, "Yeah, I actually submitted him to hospital at 3 a.m. this morning."
Wow. Cliche, but
Yeah. Yes.
now getting interesting.
I said, "What do you mean? What happened?" He said, "I walked past him. He'd fallen over at the club, and there was a lot of people around him and worried, and an ambulance picked him up and took him away, and then they wouldn't let me get in the ambulance, so I got a cab, and I went out and saw him, and then they said, 'That's all right, come back tomorrow.' And I went, 'Okay, well, what hospital was it?' He said, 'Sunshine Hospital.' I said, "Well, let's call Sunshine Hospital." There was, in fact, a Sunshine Hospital in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We called them. They do not have Sean, insert surname, there at all.
Ghost patient.
He is missing. We've officially lost him.
Yeah. Great.
Yes. We ring every single department. They don't have him. So Luke says, "I'm pretty sure it was Sunshine Hospital. You must have a different hospital." We rang all the other hospitals. Not there. So then I say to Luke, "Well, do you remember the directions?" He said, "I probably do remember the directions. If I got in a cab, I could probably go there and find him."
Sniff it out.
And see it. So Luke gets in a cab, goes to Sunshine Hospital, goes to the same room as he remembers going to. There is Sean. So
Unbelievable.
His name is on the registry like it should be. For some reason,
it's not like a hotel. I mean, you got people coming in all the time. You don't know who's there. See something, stitch it.
Well, that's what Luke said to me. He said, if you want to if there ever should be a TV show about a certain hospital, it should be Las Vegas Hospital any given weekend of any night.
All alcohol-related injuries.
There's generally a bit of that going on, and just mishaps. People getting a little bit carried away and going a bit too far, I suppose. Anyway, so Sean has to stay in hospital overnight. And he said, why? Because he's hit the back of his head, and they're worried that he's got a little bit of bleeding.
Wow, so he's really hit it hard.
No
bell at this stage. We're probably now off cliched territory.
We're off cliche. He's in overnight, and we're like, okay, that's bad news. He's in over another night, and then we're thinking, we've got to get him back because we only went there for the weekend, and he asked his family, his wife, for permission to go.
So you're getting some good sleep at least. Like catching up on some DVDs.
Here's the kicker for this. In America, hospital bills are very expensive.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't tell me you didn't have travel insurance.
Okay, so you go to Las Vegas and people have bad stories about losing a lot of money on the tables. How much do you think 2 nights accommodation is in Las Vegas Hospital?
Oh, in the hospital?
Hospital?
Getting free food.
2 CAT scans. He ended up having
thousands.
He ended up having staples in the back of his head. He's fine.
Staples aren't free.
But they used the good ones, not just Officeworks ones.
What are we talking?
What do you guess?
10 grand?
50 grand. And the rule is that they have to take an imprint of your credit cards before they do the surgery, just in case you can't afford it. Even though no one's got $50,000 on their credit card. But they took all his cards, imprints on them, took Luke's as well, imprints on them. And then they go, yeah, right, we can now operate because we think you'll be able to pay it.
Did you go to the tables to try and win in the 50?
Yeah, and I won 100 grand. No, I didn't. Happy hour, it's Hamish and Andy with you.
It's now time to talk about the Guardians of the Watch.
Certainly is, Ham. Time to talk about the Guardians of the Watch. A cursed, gold-coloured watch.
Don't worry about how it got cursed.
No.
Worry about this. It is cursed. We have 5 pieces of the watch in our possession. We had to cut them up into 5 pieces of watch because we're trying to diminish this curse and we're trying to protect planet Earth and you're welcome, from the curse. And the only way to do that is to spread the 5 pieces that we have now, each piece encased in its own piece of curse-resistant plastic or resin. Spread those 5 pieces around the globe.
They kind of look like the mosquito at the end of the staff in Jurassic Park at the moment. It looks really cool.
Walking stick. He's not Gandalf.
Fair call. And Haim, we tried to blow this watch up. We tried to blow it up. We actually stuck it like it was a wristwatch around sticks of dynamite.
Didn't do anything.
The dynamite went off. It blew the wheelbarrow apart.
Yeah.
This watch survived. So we put the call out. Anyone around the world, let us know whether you would like some of the watch at your own risk.
And why can you protect it? And how remote are you? We're really looking for remoteness here as our number one defense, because as long as we keep this watch separated from its other parts, we believe, and the CSIRO scientists we've had look at us tell us, the curse will not have any power as long as the watch parts are separated. Here's the thing. Go to hamishandy.com, though, if you would like to see pictures of the resin, pictures of the explosion. There's a lot of media you can look at there for different aspects of this story.
I'd like to say, thank you to Megan, but thank you to everyone who's written in, but she's from Canada.
Perfect.
And she, under the title Watch Solution Submission, she said you'd probably have a bunch of people from Canada vying for a piece of the cursed watch.
We do have a lot of Canadian podcasters.
But you should choose me because I'm also a beekeeper and I could bury the piece of the curse in one of my hives.
Very good.
I liked the idea originally.
I love the idea of protection bees.
A lot of people don't want to go, but what if the bees suddenly get a curse for power?
Now we have evil bees.
Do we want
Do we want cursed bees?
No.
I don't think we do, Anna, unless we could somehow trick the bees into thinking the watch was the queen. And then they would protect it.
Anyway, we didn't go.
No, we're not going with, as much as we love our Canadian apiarist, that's not who we've got for today.
We've gone with Jade, and Jade is in Hawaii. Jade, welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is so surreal. I love you guys.
Jade, thank you so much. You're breaking up slightly, but I'm going to put it down to the fact that we're talking to you in Hawaii and you might be on a cell phone. However, We've got you.
I
We can hear you clear enough to decipher the fact that you are indeed far away. Why do you? What can you do to protect the watch? What are your main pieces of weaponry?
Well, I do have a very fierce dog.
A very fierce dog.
We're
That's
happy
good.
with that.
So where do you plan on placing the cursed watch?
I will probably keep it in my room. That way my sister and I can keep an eye on it. And my little Tibetan Spaniel, who is very fierce, can also keep an eye on it.
That's good.
Okay, well, I really want it hidden in your room. I don't want it visible in any way because this is not a piece. This isn't a knick-knack. This is a piece of a cursed artifact that you have to really like. This is
if the show's nemesis decides to go.
Oh God, don't even say it.
Well, Tony Barber.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just be aware that if you see a fellow that looks a bit like Tony, study him. In your area, you know what he's coming for, and that's why potentially not putting it where you just told everyone it's going to be
is not a bad idea. Now,
we should never have asked. We should never broadcast that.
We're just happy that it is on the. I'm not even going to say what island of Hawaii you're on, but it is on one of the Hawaiian islands,
right?
And I mean, it is Hawaii is the most remote island on the planet. It's all.
Really?
I think it's line out there all by itself. In the middle of the Pacific.
So it's a great location.
Before we officially swear you in, Jade, I just need you to repeat after me the oath of the Guardians of the Watch.
Okay.
Are you happy to do that?
I am very happy to do that.
Okay, pretty easy. Just repeat after me. I am a Guardian of the Watch.
I am a guardian of the watch.
I will watch the watch forever.
I will watch the watch forever.
I will not eat.
Wait a minute.
This is loosely based on the Night's Watch in Game of Thrones. So just, don't think about it. Just go, keep swearing.
Okay.
I will not eat.
I will not eat.
I will not speak.
I will not speak.
I will not take a lover.
I will not take a lover.
I will not sleep.
I will not sleep.
My watch begins now.
My watch begins now.
Okay,
it's a
very good.
Bad news for if you have a boyfriend or
we're planning to have a nap.
All possible suitors across Hawaii.
Well,
Jade, thank you so much.
And we're going to hold you to that.
We really appreciate it. It's nice to have our first guardian.
Excellent. I will keep my promise.
Thanks, Jade. Take care. I don't think you will.
No, she will. She's four.
It's the happy hour.
And during our break recently, had a lovely family holiday with my wife and little boy. Yes. But before I did that, I also managed to squeeze in a small boys trip away with the two guys I used to live with, John and Hato, ex-housemates. We all lived together for about 7 years, so it was a bit of a reunion. And it's amazing how quickly you slip back into old patterns. And the old patterns were pretty much Hato and I just berating John. Because, he's a good 10 or so years older than us. He's about 15 years older than Hato. Yeah. And look, runs a great business, but isn't great at the small stuff in life.
No, we've discussed it.
He's a very good big picture guy, but he just struggles with the day-to-day stuff. And one of the things that irks me at the moment a bit about John is he's running two companies, and he has a fake iPhone. Like he has a not like an unlocked one. Like he's in China a lot, and he's somehow got from Shanghai or in Beijing, like a backstreet market, an iPhone that's half real iPhone that obviously didn't make it through one of the factories. Someone's grabbed it and filled it up with crummy fake parts because he went to get it fixed, and it's a
Ferrari chassis.
With a Ford Festiva engine.
Or a lawnmower engine.
Or a lawnmower engine. Ford Festiva, very good engine, no doubt. But you wouldn't expect it in a Ferrari. So John, and the reason John knows this is he bought this phone in China. He took it, it wasn't working. He took it to get fixed. The guy at one of these shops opened it up, and this guy used to work at the Apple factory. So as soon as he opens it up, he looks in the back and he goes, oh, this is real, that's fake. There's an empty gap here where there should be something. So this thing's just cobbled together with Band-Aids and bubble gum. So we're looking at John going, mate, you run, get a phone. Yeah. Just go on a plane, just get a phone. We're not telling you to buy a mansion. Just get a phone. Because this thing because it keeps just not working on him. Just to see how far we could push him. Yeah. Every morning when we're away on this trip, we would wake up, either Hato and I would wake up, and because his phone was charging out in the kitchen of the place we were at, we'd go into the kitchen and every morning change the language on his phone to Chinese. And so every morning John would wake up and look at his phone and go, ugh, it's changed itself to Chinese again because he thinks it's doing it because it's a pirated phone. So John be like, oh, mate, I don't know how to change it back. I can't, because John's in China a lot for business, but can't speak any Chinese. Yeah. So he has to go online, and there are like things going, hey, if someone's changed your language, you have to do this, don't do it. This went over 3 days, and John was just thought his theory was the phone was reverting back to its native language. Like it had tried to speak English for a while, but it was getting sick of it. And
got homesick.
The phone found it easier to talk in Mandarin to itself. Anyway, I haven't really told John this. I thought it might be a nice thing to do today.
It's a great way to finish up this
Call
show.
him up and let him know that we've figured out why his phone reverts to Chinese.
Yeah, amazing.
From time to time.
Jack's got the number, I think.
Hello,
Johnny boy. It's Hamish and Ando here. How are you, mate?
How are you, mate?
I'm here as well, John.
Hey, buddy.
Ando's here as well. Just you're on the show.
Right.
Just wanted to chat to you about your slightly unofficial iPhone.
Oh, the one that's hooked up to a battery pack right now because it doesn't last about 10 minutes before it runs out.
That's the one. There was the issue where it was reverting back to Chinese.
Yeah, no, it was Japanese, I found out.
Yeah, right. Japanese.
We were talking about this today, John, and Haim actually told me that he found out why that was happening.
We found out the reason.
Why?
Because every morning, Hato and I, before you woke up, would change your phone's language.
No. Did you really?
Because you've got such a guilty conscience because you bought an illegal iPhone. You just thought it was doing it by itself.
That's so funny. And then I'm Googling on where the settings to get my back to English.
Well, now you know, John.
Done it again.
That one's fixed.
Hey, John, officially buy
Just
a proper
buy a
iPhone, mate. Stop running around in the pirate world. Big
Yeah, no, I won't even wear a fake polo t-shirt anymore after this episode.
Oh, he's a changed man.
See you, Johnny. Thanks, buddy. It's all we got time for this afternoon. Thank you very much for being with us. Anything you may have missed, hamishandandy.com. The podcast is there as well. We'll gather more Watchmen throughout the week. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Have a great one.
Thank you for podcasting the Hamish and Andy Show.